morning, everybody. St. Patty's Day. Happy St. Patty's Day. It's Casey with CA Conversions, and today we want to talk about a project we just completed. It's a 2004 E350 Overland van. The customer is out of Jackson Hole, Wyoming. Dane limped the truck to us. It had a total conversion put in it by another company. It was supposed to be a newly remanufactured 12-valve VE rotary pump engine with a 5R 100, 110, whatever it is that came behind the V10 gas motor at the time. It barely made it in, although he did get it here. We noticed that there was a knocking in the motor. We put it up on the lift. We took out the transmission because our job at the time was to put the Allison in it, and we realized that the motor mounts were broken. So at the time we were under the impression that that's what was causing the knocking in the motor. So we proceeded to put the Allison transmission in it, modify his drive lines. It is a four-wheel drive, as you can see. And when that was complete, which was a little bit of a challenge. There's not a lot of room in an E350, but we got that all done. We took it out for a test drive and made it literally from here pretty much down to the end of the driveway, which is a few hundred yards, and went, yeah, there is something very wrong here. Brought the vehicle back in, realized that it was not, in fact, the motor mounts, but that cylinder 5 or 6 was fixing to let loose. Now, this was supposed to be, again, a newly refurbished, newly remanufactured 12-valve rotary done by another company. And when we reached out to the customer to explain to him that we needed, that basically we were done, that the Allison conversion had gone in, everything was fine with the conversion, but that he had some major problems with the motor, and we were unable to basically take it any further. He came back to us and said, what can you do for us? And we said, well, we will not rebuild this motor. That's not what we do, but we can put a new crate motor in it. So after some deliberation, going back and forth between us and the company that he had originally hired to do this conversion, he called us back and he said, could you please put a new 12-valve crate motor in it? So that's what we did. So she went back up on the lift again, and we replaced what was supposed to be remanufactured 12-valve VE with a new Cummins crate 12-valve P-pumped motor. It was an interesting prospect again because there's not a lot of room, and of course a P-pump motor takes a little bit more room up than the VE does. But we got it finished. We had to modify the drive shafts because we found out that the drive shaft was also not done properly. It was out of balance, and in a later video that we do, you'll see what a drive shaft that is out of balance can do to your transmission. We'll save you from that in this one. So anyways, what we did was, and I'm going to open up the door so I can give you a little preview here, and you can see. We have the doghouse off, so you can see that we put a brand new 12-valve in, and it is bolted up to one of our yellow Allison transmissions. So now, and everything in the van works the way it's supposed to work. So now you have an overland vehicle that this gentleman can take his family out on, and they can spend however much time they want to spend in the wilderness, wherever it is they want to travel with it. They don't have to worry about the fact that they have a transmission that will never go into overdrive, or they have a motor that is going to leave them stranded somewhere on the side of the highway. It's all set up now with a drivetrain that, for all practical purposes, if they take care of it, will run them 750,000 miles or more. So they're coming in a week or so on their spring break out of out of Wyoming, so that they can pick it up and hopefully, for the first time in 5 years, because they were not able to get 5,000 miles on this van before they brought it to us, drive it back to Jackson Hole, Wyoming, and then be able to use it and enjoy it. So again, this is just another conversion, another In this case, it's a Franken van that we have helped the customer put together. So now you have a 2004 E350 four-wheel drive, 12-valve, P-pumped, crate Cummins motor attached to a 6-speed Allison transmission with a manual mode. So he's got full control over the transmission, and hopefully he'll be happy with his family in this van for years to come. Thanks for your time.